When we are singing, we cry. This is what really makes my heart beat. But when we thought all these things are meaningless, in the end, we said, let's all forgive each other and live in peace so that tomorrow we could all go back safe.
I am at BIDIBIDI Refugee Settlement Camp, Yumbe District, Uganda. This is the plight of South Sudanese refugees, whose main wish is to see final peace, return to South Sudan, so that they can finally reach to their home of origin in peaceful state.
After 2013 conflict in South Sudan, 2 million refugees have fled South Sudan to the neighboring countries. Uganda is the biggest receiving country among these countries. Last month, the number of South Sudanese refugees in Uganda have reached a climax, totaling 1 million. BIDIBIDI is the largest refugee settlement in the world, with over 270,000 South Sudanese refugees. However, the refugees have been able to build shelters and cultivate on piece of land given to them by the Ugandan government.
I want our government to bring peace so that we can go back and return our children to South Sudan.
Hilario Lumude moved all the way from South Sudan to the Uganda border and narrates his ordeal.
I used Spaniards. I came putting myself. This is how I reached the camp. And here now, the month we reached, because I reached here on date of 5th of November 2016. I arrived in a place called Keri. I slept there that night. Then afterward, we were brought to the transit by these UNHCR vehicles. We slept here, we were taken to the bush. Now from there, we were given plots. But that very time, we were like slowly, because we didn't know still what is going to take place. But we were able now to capture life here a little bit. We are staying peaceful with the citizens.
United Nations High Commissioner for Refugee mission is to provide water system, health, education, and cooking utensils to the refugees. The activity is to coordinate with non-governmental organizations and host government.
Core relief items is one of those areas which UNHCR has got a lot of experience and already a good and well-established supply system. So when refugees arrive here, aside shelter, which is a temporary shelter, they also receive the basics for a household. Blankets, kitchen utensils, a hoe, a panga, just those basic things we would have in our homes.
The continuous influx of refugees has increased the already overstretched needs. The refugees are being offered land for settlement and agriculture, in addition to the provision of building materials, which according to the settlement commander, BIDIBIDI, Robert Barry Mugisha, is to encourage self-reliance.
We have two types of plots. We agreed that we do residential plots separate, then we do agriculture plots separate. The purpose of that was to facilitate mechanized agriculture in future. So we've allocated residential plots for all the refugees from zone 1 to 5, and currently we are allocating agriculture plots now. We've so far allocated to 41,000 families with agriculture plots, and we are continuing to allocate until all the families are given agriculture plots.
In his small farm plot, Chaplain Taban says he hopes peace returns soon so that he can cultivate in his big plot of land.
First here in Uganda we have just this single plot is 30 by 30. But here in our country you have a very large land. That one even you can dig, that one there will be, and even you can get some foods in, you can take to the market, that one can provide for you much money. But this one here even cannot reach to that level, that can provide for you money.
According to the Office of the Prime Minister, Refugee Desk Officer in Arua, Solomon Osakan, Uganda's refugee asylum policy and refugee settlement approach is generally regarded as an inspiration model and is cited as an example to other countries.
These refugees are found in the districts of Kiriadongo, Arua, Yumbe, Adjumani, Lamuo, and Moyo districts. This is where they are settled to ensure that these people continue to live in safety and dignity. I think the most durable solution to refugees is repatriation. I would encourage the government of South Sudan to look for possible avenues to resolve the conflict so that when there is peace in South Sudan, one day the people who are refugees here will be able to return home and rebuild their lives.
Cultural festivals like music and dance, education is the most durable solution for peace and unity among the refugees, says Julius Oshane, settlement manager of Windle International, Uganda, BIDIBIDI.
These are youthful people who are energetic. When just left, they can't be lured towards doing unwanted things. So we keep them meaningfully by making them join very many activities, for example, games and sports, that is football, volleyball, music, dance, and drama, because you will realize that they are coming from different ethnic backgrounds. But they need to be in school. They need to look at themselves as one people. They are all coming from one nation. So we help them appreciate the diversity in unison.
The refugees have been able to use music and dance to foster peaceful coexistence with support from Windle International Uganda through cultural performances using the traditional South Sudanese instrument, the adungu, and these groups of talented South Sudanese will represent South Sudan at this year's cultural gala in Kampala, as Lubari Rufus explained.
This message is for cooperation and unity. It is what we are encouraging, and we want to tell our people here that each one of us should do our work with our own strengths. Let us not just sit down because we are refugees. We are encouraging them to go to school and to stop fighting in our homes. Let us struggle for each other instead of waiting for relief. Let us do cultivation.
A home to 1 million South Sudanese refugees, BIDIBIDI refugee settlement camp in Yumbe district, northern Uganda, has got dire humanitarian needs, which calls for urgent assistance despite provision of basic service delivery. Lela Osman, SSBC News, BIDIBIDI, Yumbe district, Uganda.